Alright, ladies, this is Brandon. Toys are me, is what you know me by. We seem to be having a lot of problems on Scrapyard when we play Domination and Team Deathmatch, so I'm going to walk y'all through this, try and help y'all out a good bit, so maybe y'all can do better. Let's start out, we'll just, show everybody the spawns here. Flag, A, B, and C, then we'll spectate, and I'll show you where the actual spawns are, so. The primary spawn for C is behind C by these big red containers to the right of building 3, far away from us. The secondary spawn is by the van closest to us. You'll know that from when the game starts, that's where you spawn. Now A, the primary spawn, is generally around A, slightly behind it, sometimes slightly in front of it. But the secondary spawn is actually behind the crane. And it looks like it's pretty even, but it's not, and I'll explain why. Typically, the side that has B will be spawning at their secondary spawn a lot more often. But on this map, the C spawn side, you really never spawn at your secondary spawn unless you have B. Now, from the A side, you've always got a decent chance at spawning at your secondary spawn. And the reason that's important is because, hey Heather, the reason it's important is because you can get to B, within seconds of spawning, as long as you're slightly lucky. This right here is where you normally the primary spawn of C behind it. So, when you're coming to take it, there's pretty much always going to be somebody here.
Domination.
And
capture the objectives.
Really, we'll be walking over lines of fire. This is a good place, especially in team deathmatch. Pretty much everybody knows you can run through here without being seen for the most part, and that you can look behind these. Up under, in between. Pretty much everybody knows that.
Securing C.
If you get in this little nook right here, it's fairly dark, so a lot of players will have trouble finding you, especially when you're capping it. So, pretty good lines of fire into the side of the primary spawn from right here and straight in front of you. The metal does not in any way cut the damage down. It does, but it's practically nothing, so you're really not going to get helped out by it. You really want to kind of stay low. Not much to say about going through the middle. You can jump up here. The key is you want to jump up and then move forward. If you try and jump and move forward at the same time, it'll never work. And it's true on the other side too, jumping on top of the van onto this blue L-shaped fuselage. So, but you can get up here. Normally you might, if you're real campy, it's just not going to work out. But you can jump up, get 3-4 kills a lot of times before you get killed by somebody. So, just something to always keep an eye out for. And you can see right here, this is why it is so hard to win from C if all you're going to do is keep C all game. This is the secondary spawn, but it just takes so long to run around to B. And for those that don't know, you can jump up on the van, and it's actually a really good spot, and it's very funny at the start of matches to jump up on top of it and tube half the other team with danger close. But, a lot of people don't know this. I keep trying to point it out, but you can actually see down through this fan. Just one of those 1 out of 100 teams, but eventually you'll need to know that. I'm really not a fan of being on the top. You're just too exposed. No matter how fast you can aim, no matter how good you are with whatever weapon you're using, it's too exposed. You're just going to get shot off and not really do much. This second story is much, much better, especially this window. With the right weapon, high damage, you can virtually solo cap. See? Hold it is what I mean, not cap it. But you can solo defend it. These other ones are not very good. The lines of fire just are terribly poor, but that's a very important one, because not only can you cover C, but you can actually shoot down right next to the primary spawn at A. This, not a real big fan of. It's more of a consolidation position behind this. There's just not a line of fire very good. Now, between the container and the wall, best, most powerful place on the map, you've got cover that can't be shot through, which is the red container and a gigantic concrete wall. You've got lines of fire going every which way. You're fairly hard to see from this angle, so you might have to move a little bit so that you can actually see in between the chain link fence. But you can't be shot by this window by the plane. no matter what they want to do. They can't shoot through the van. You can climb on that van too, jump on the fuselage. Not the biggest fan of being right here. You can normally get a kill or two, but if you're going to go there, you need to move. And it's just that simple. The pit's amazing. Doesn't matter. Just you'll get shot from that side eventually, but you know, if you know how to work it, you can really minimize that. Get a lot of kills around the pit. Let's see what I'm doing. Well, secondary spawn back there, so you know you always got to watch that. If you're gonna go that way and you're spawning on the seaside, just go ahead and start pre-firing, because somebody's gonna be over here or trying to get into the side of the building, or they're just gonna spawn right behind you, shoot you in the back. So you know you really want to watch that. No real point in going over the building. Everybody's seen it a million times. So let's see what we're doing. Important thing, you never see anybody doing it, but you know, these are actually doors and you can actually crawl in them. And a lot of times it's a good idea. And you can jump on top of this for a pretty decent line of fire. Can't really be seen that good from the left over here. As long as you're very still, you can be seen, but most players just aren't going to pick it up because you're not moving. So human eye really works most off movement and not shape. So you know, you can see the lines of fire in the middle. Sometimes it's okay to stand by the truck, but eventually you're going to get shot from the left. You know, I'm not a big fan of being in the middle. Somebody has to do it. If it has to be done and nobody's doing it, I'll do it. But the thing is you wind up trading kills. You know, it's just kill one, die, kill two, die. You know, you're not going to go balls to the wall and kill a whole bunch of people right here without dying. Side window's real good. You know, we all know that. Really not that much to go over. Let's see. What are we doing? Run around and figure it out. There we go. It can be good actually to go up the middle. Yeah, you'd be surprised. People just get so used to running by without looking. It's really silly.
Securing Charlie.
Let's see. You know, that's pretty much the primary spawn for C back there around this area. So, and that C actually has another spawn. I'll point that out when I see it. When you're coming around this corner, you always want to hit those 2-3 spots. You know, in between, you want to hit under the cab, and you want to hit right over here, because a lot of times somebody will be laying down like we talked about before. It's just hard to see. And you always want to approach it like somebody's in either one of these corners, because, you know, a lot of times there will be in domination. Team deathmatch. I love this corner. It's a very good corner. You don't have a lot of protection except with the barrel, but you can shoot down this way and normally get by with getting a kill or two and then disappearing. I like to get one and then disappear. It's just, but the other big thing is this crate. The crate, you can't shoot through it even with FMJ. It's pretty much just head, shoulders, and sides sticking out, and you've got a line of fire at everybody else's shoulders. So, you know, it's really hard to die right there. You know, I always look for people in these two corners ready to knife you, especially that one. I'm a welder, so this is actually funny, but this tank is not explosive. If there was a fire and that tank let all the gas out, it would do nothing more than smother it. So why it explodes with a game, who knows, but whatever. You know, just know that thing will explode. Of course, these little propane tanks laying around, they won't do nothing. This window here is for this reason. People like to camp back here, they know it, they put the window in. So I always tell you stun or frag. Always around this corner like you're about to shoot somebody, because 9 times out of 10 you are.